good morning, Jersey City. Oh my God, it's 15 inches snow today morning. There is no bus and light rail, guys, here in Jersey City. I'm going to work. I take an Uber today.
A powerful coastal winter storm roared into the New York and New Jersey metro, unleashing blinding snowfall and fierce winds that transformed highways into frozen corridors and forced authorities to halt movement across the region completely overnight.
Monday, February 23rd, 2026. This nor'easter is serious business. Currently, we have 18.5 inches of snow in Mount Holly, New Jersey, and it ain't done.
Air travel effectively collapsed as airports struggled to keep runways clear, with ploughing operations falling behind intense snowfall rates and de-icing queues stretching beyond safe operational limits for scheduled departures nationwide.
This is a dad. Exactly. Guys, I can make it. You want to find these shovels?
Major interstates across New Jersey became impassable as commercial vehicle restrictions expanded into broader travel bans, leaving only emergency crews on the roads while stranded motorists waited for assistance in worsening blizzard conditions.
We're down here in Brick Township. Heavy snow, windy conditions. As you can see, I just drove through and there's about 4 inches of snow already on the ground. I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon either, so this is only going to get worse throughout the night.
Thousands of flights were cancelled or delayed, stranding travelers nationwide as aircraft and crews were displaced, creating ripple effects that extended far beyond the storm's immediate geographic footprint across the country.
Good morning, wow. This is my view from my window. The empty bus arriving. Our hard workers trying to clear the road. Life goes.
Snow fell at overwhelming rates, burying highways and neighborhood streets faster than plows could clear them, while powerful gusts whipped drifts across treated pavement, erasing traction, blocking intersections, and reducing visibility. Coastal communities faced simultaneous flooding threats as strong onshore winds pushed water into vulnerable bays and shorelines, inundating low-lying roads and compounding already hazardous winter travel conditions for residents.
We have at least, I would say, "15 inches, guys. There is no bus and light rail today here in Jersey City. So I have to take that over. Good morning, good morning, good morning."
Wave action and elevated tides flooded waterfront properties and submerged parked vehicles, cutting off access routes and complicating emergency response efforts during the height of the powerful coastal storm. public transit systems progressively shut down, first suspending buses and light rail, then commuter rail services, as blowing snow-clogged switches threatened overhead lines and made safe station access impossible. Bridges and exposed highways became especially treacherous as wind-driven snow reduced visibility and created icy patches, prompting precautionary closures to prevent further serious accidents across vulnerable elevated spans.
Today, check out the snow, walk through Central Park, maybe I'll hop on the bus. It's one person on the bus.
Emergency responders contended with blocked roadways and disabled vehicles, prioritizing life safety calls, while snow removal crews worked continuously to reopen primary arteries and restore limited mobility region-wide.
Back to where we are just less than a month ago. This one is even worse, and it will extend till tomorrow. And we have a curfew now. By 9 o'clock, no more cars allowed in the streets.
Strong northeasterly winds gusted high enough to topple tree limbs and down power lines, leading to scattered outages that left households without electricity amid freezing temperatures and prolonged hazardous weather conditions.
Alright, y'all. Get your little snow shovels out. Lots of money to be made around here. Lots of money to be made. Okay? When this snow stops, it's about, you're charging $50 a car. You're charging almost $100 for the driveway, the porch, and the car.
Across New York City, officials urged residents to avoid non-essential travel, deploying emergency protocols that prioritized snow removal corridors, hospital access routes, and critical infrastructure while discouraging regular traffic throughout the city. Subway and bus networks attempted limited operations for essential workers, but delays mounted as surface routes became buried and elevated sections battled relentless crosswinds and accumulating drifts across exposed stretches.
Wow, the snow is coming down heavily tonight. It continues to come down tonight, very heavy. You can see out there, it's not friendly, heavy snow.
Rail yards and storage facilities struggled with frozen switches and drifting snow, delaying the restoration of commuter services even after snowfall rates began to ease across the region. Municipal snowplows operated around the clock, but persistent banding repeatedly refilled cleared lanes, illustrating how snowfall intensity can neutralize even large-scale removal operations across major metropolitan corridors.
Go away, snow!
This is the blizzard. This was just shoveled, well, with a snow blower about 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes, and it's piling up.
Yeah, it's bad.
This shit's crazy.
Port operations and coastal infrastructure experienced disruptions as rough seas and hazardous conditions slowed maritime activity and strained shoreline defenses along exposed waterfront zones during the storm. Healthcare facilities activated contingency plans to maintain staffing levels, arranging alternative transport for essential personnel unable to travel through standard routes safely amid widespread blizzard impacts.
Snowflower. Look at this, snowflower. Snowflower. They're making video. Car are moving slow. So that's the things. From 12 it started.
Delivery services and app-based transportation paused operations across affected neighborhoods, reflecting the severity of deteriorating street conditions and the heightened risks posed to drivers attempting to navigate unplowed, icy, and wind-choked routes throughout the metropolitan region. Snow totals climbed into the 2-foot range across wide areas, with some communities approaching 3 feet, overwhelming residential streets, blocking driveways, and burying parked cars beneath thick, wind-packed layers that hardened into compacted drifts.
There's a red alert for everywhere. Snow, all up.
On the road. Okay, we just got an alert. They can't even be on the road. And he could not resist. He's taking his quad out. He couldn't resist. Look at him. Look, there he goes. He couldn't resist. Oh my goodness.
Schools, offices, and public institutions closed widely, shifting activity indoors and leaving once busy business districts eerily quiet beneath deep, wind-sculpted snowbanks, swirling spindrift, and drifting accumulation that muffled city sounds and slowed daily life.
There's some guy on a bicycle. That's crazy. It's peaceful. It's quiet. It looks bright out. Looks like daylight still.
Please stay home. Power's out in a lot of areas here in Ocean County. The state's out here plowing, but these conditions are bad. Visibility is low.
The combination of heavy accumulation and relentless wind created towering drifts along sidewalks and building entrances, restricting pedestrian movement, blocking storefronts, and complicating emergency access for first responders navigating narrowed, snow-choked passageways.
right, little kids, big money to be made out here. It's your man, the great ghost, Solly Solis, saying somebody gonna have to.
Neighborhood streets became narrow corridors carved through tall snow walls, with residents digging out vehicles and shoveling sidewalks repeatedly, only to watch them reburied by subsequent plow passes and persistent wind-driven drifting. As conditions gradually improved, the immense scale of cleanup revealed the storm's breadth. Immobilized transportation networks, flooded coastal stretches, crippled infrastructure, and entire communities reshaped and slowed by historic, paralyzing snowfall totals.
You hardly see anybody outside. Heavy snow in New York City tonight. Kò easy o, on drop gan o heavy. Ojú ọ̀run ló ti funfun tán yìí, gbogbo ilé ń bọ̀ nílẹ̀.
It's only 8:30 in the morning, and it's going to be coming down until 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
This is the dad. He's shoveling snow. He's eating stuff. This snow's really getting on us. Keep going. You're doing good.
The storm's rapid intensification amplified every impact, tightening coastal pressure gradients that fueled stronger winds and accelerated snowfall rates, ultimately transforming a routine winter system into a widespread, region-shutting blizzard emergency.
It's been a few hours. I wonder how much snow we got today. Last night and today.
Ààbò gbogbo mọ́tò ìmọ́lẹ̀ kílẹ̀ tó mọ́. Àwàlá ọlọ́wọ́n bá tóbi lọ́ba o. Kò sẹ́ni tó lè jáde lọ bí iṣẹ́ ṣá. Wọ́n bí ẹ̀rí.